Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something really different, actually. It's this personal life guide, but it started out as uh, 559 short WeChat messages sent to just one person.
Yeah, and that origin is key, isn't it? It's not some academic text. It's real advice, mentor to mentee, covering, well, pretty much everything. Happiness, love, health and beauty, family, friends, self-improvement.
5 big areas.
Exactly. And our mission today is to kind of sift through it, find those bits that aren't obvious, the advice that maybe feels a bit counterintuitive, but gives you a real shortcut to living, well, a more meaningful life.
In running through it all, this central idea really stands out. It's all about self-reliance, building your own strength from the inside.
Your happiness, your
Mm.
security, it has to come from you. The material basically tells you, look, you need to build your own defenses, your own iron dome.
Okay, so let's dive into that first area, happiness. How does this guide define it? Because it seems to challenge the usual ideas.
It really does. Right away, it says happiness isn't the goal you reach at the end, like getting the promotion or whatever.
Right, so it's not the destination.
No, it is the path.
Mhm.
The effort you put in while walking that path. That's where the happiness is found. It's in the journey itself.
I like that. Makes it more immediate, something you can access now.
Precisely. And it hammers home that happiness is internal. It's something you feel, not something you measure against others, constantly comparing. That's a losing game, according to this.
Okay, so focus inward. Don't feel inferior. Build it yourself.
Yeah.
But then there's this warning about overthinking, isn't there?
Yes, that's a really interesting part. It argues that being, too sensitive, always analyzing everything,
Hmm.
it actually works against you, leads to worry, anxiety, maybe even missing out.
So be self-aware, but don't get stuck in your head. Act more.
Kind of, yeah. And there's this lovely analogy used. Life is like a book. You're supposed to enjoy the chapter you're in right now, the joy and splendor of this page.
Instead of worrying about the next chapter or regretting the last one.
Exactly. Be present. Which naturally leads into resilience because, let's face it, life throws difficulties at us.
And the guide doesn't suggest avoiding pain, does it?
Quite the opposite. It reframes it. Suffering isn't something to just endure. It's like a whetstone. It sharpens your will. It's the friction that makes you stronger.
That's a tough mindset to adopt when things are genuinely hard.
It absolutely is. But the philosophy behind it is powerful. It redefines success, too. True success isn't about winning against others.
Okay, so what is it then?
It's about being undefeated in your own struggles, staying standing. The victory is internal perseverance, not external conquest.
Wow. Okay, so how does that translate day to day?
It comes back to simplicity. A simple life, it suggests, is a happy life. Happiness is ultimately a state of mind, not about how much stuff you have.
Right. Internal strength, simple living. That sets the stage nicely for tackling something more complicated.
Right.
Relationships and love.
Ah, yes, love. And this section shifts gears dramatically. If the first part was about ideals, this is, well, it's incredibly realistic, maybe even a bit blunt.
That's what struck me too. It doesn't romanticize things much, like the idea that love is just a phase, not necessarily forever.
Exactly. It prepares you for the possibility that it might not last, which sounds harsh, but it leads into some very practical self-protection advice.
Like the rule about not giving someone a second chance to hurt you.
Yes, a clear boundary right from the start. And really specific stuff, too, like insisting on being called by your name, not just baby or something generic. It's about holding on to your identity.
Okay, but then there's that line. The one about accepting the pain love brings, almost like it's a stage performance you have to endure. That sounds a bit passive.
I see why you'd say that. But I think the nuance there is crucial. It's not about accepting disrespect or abuse. It's about acknowledging that opening yourself up, being vulnerable in love, inherently involves the risk of pain. Heartbreak is possible.
So accepting the risk of vulnerability, not the certainty of this treatment.
Precisely. Pain might be part of the performance of deep connection, but the guide also insists you maintain yourself throughout, which brings us to the Love IQ stuff.
Right, that 10-point plan. It's all about keeping your sense of self, isn't it?
Absolutely. Maintain independence. Don't make your partner your entire world. That's fairly standard advice. But then it gets more radical.
Like maintaining some mystery or distance.
Yeah, and this is the big one. Have other interests, things you care about more than you need him. Your own life should be compelling to you.
That really does flip the usual script. We're often told to merge, become one. This is stay whole, stay separate almost.
And that independence needs to be financial and emotional, too. It warns against being too demanding, setting yourself up to be called greedy later.
And the career advice is strong. Never give it up for love.
Never. Because your career is part of your life, your ability to support yourself, your independence.
So the ideal love relationship here is, what? Two independent people choosing to be together.
Exactly. Two whole individuals standing side by side, not two halves trying to complete each other. It's a partnership of equals who are strong on their own first.
Okay, that's a powerful framework for relationships. Let's shift to something maybe a bit lighter, but still very practical. Health and beauty.
Right, and what's great here is how it starts from the inside out. The best cosmetic, a smile, internal state first.
I love that. But then it dives into some surprisingly specific tips.
Oh yeah, some are quite quirky. Memorable, though, like the facial fitness stuff.
You mean the kissing advice?
Yeah.
That it uses 29 facial muscles, helps circulation, prevents wrinkles?
That's the one.
Yeah.
So make sure you factor that into your daily routine. Laughter is also highlighted for keeping facial muscles active.
A happy face is a fit face, essentially. And sleep is treated as really critical, isn't it?
Absolutely non-negotiable for skin renewal. In bed by 10 or 11 p.m. It's a rule, not a suggestion.
And then there's the sleeping naked advice. Yeah. For metabolism and reducing menstrual issues.
Yep, that one always raises eyebrows. But the logic is about letting the body regulate itself without restriction.
Okay, so those are the do's. But the don'ts seem just as important here. What are the big warnings?
Well, it cautions against relying too much on DIY face masks.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, raw ingredients can sometimes be harsh or just not work.
Okay, good to know.
And the basics. Too much makeup, not cleansing properly. Those are definite skin no-nos. Fundamentals matter.
And the one I know I'm guilty of. Don't touch your face constantly so it creates wrinkles.
That's the claim. Constant pulling or resting your face on your hands. It's about breaking those little unconscious habits.
Okay, noted. Mental reminder. Hands-off face. What about the absolute must-dos?
Sunscreen. Every day, even indoors. That's a big one. People miss UV rays through windows.
Right. Non-negotiable.
And the biggest health and beauty hack, which is also the hardest, don't smoke. Simple as that. It explicitly says smokers look 10 years older.
Ouch. Okay, so the whole section is really about disciplined habits with these memorable, sometimes odd tips to make them stick.
Pretty much. Sustainable, consistent effort. Which actually connects nicely to the next section, our support systems, family and friends.
Yes. After talking about potentially temporary love, this focuses on the bonds that are meant to endure.
And the message about family is incredibly strong. Unconditional. Your parents, it says, are the only ones who truly worry about you. They're your strongest shield.
That's a powerful statement.
It is, and it demands action, not just sentiment. Make time for family meals. Make the phone calls. You have to actively maintain those bonds. They're your anchors.
And then friendship. How does it distinguish true friendship from, say, romantic love?
It draws a very clear line. Love can be temporary. True friendship, that's for a lifetime.
Okay, so what makes a friend a true friend, according to this guide?
The standard is simple but profound. A true friend is happy when you're happy and sad when you're sad. There's no competition, no resentment. They're invested in your well-being.
That leads into that beautiful parable, doesn't it? The one about sand and stone.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah. If a friend hurts you, write it in the sand, let it be washed away easily. But if a friend helps you, saves you, carve it in stone, let it endure forever.
It's such great advice for, emotional bookkeeping in relationships. Focus on gratitude, allow for forgiveness.
Exactly. And beyond managing feelings, there's practical social advice too, like learning how to say no politely.
That's crucial, isn't it? If you can't refuse things, you can't protect your time or energy for that internal focus we talked about earlier.
Absolutely. But maybe the most surprising piece of relational advice, for me at least, was the emphasis on strong same-sex friendships, calling it a vital practical skill.
Right. Why is that seen as so important?
I think it recognizes that there's a certain kind of understanding, shared experience, maybe even emotional support that often comes best from peers walking a similar life path. It's about diversifying your support system.
So you're not solely reliant on a partner or family for everything. You need that peer connection too.
Exactly. A robust, varied network ensures you're never putting all your emotional eggs in one basket.
Okay, so looking back across all these areas, happiness, love, health, support systems, what's the big picture?
Well, the consistent thread, the pattern, is this shift away from looking outside yourself for validation Stop seeking it in achievements or romance or even appearance.
And instead,
Build it inside. Develop that core confidence, that internal strength, and then rely on those foundational relationships, family, true friends, the ones that aren't based on transactions.
I think the genius here, as you said, is that balance. It gives you these high ideals to strive for.
That piece of idealistic sky.
Right. But it also keeps you grounded in reality, how to actually walk on the earth, deal with the difficulties.
You need both, don't you? The ideals pull you forward, the realism keeps you stable, it helps you navigate life's rules, and inevitably its roadblocks.
Accepting the effort, the potential pain, but still striving.
Yeah. So, thinking about all this, what's the final takeaway for you listening right now? The source leaves us with a really provocative thought. It says the greatest sorrow in life isn't actually failure. It's looking back and realizing you didn't experience everything you wanted to. Missing out, not trying.
Wow. That definitely puts things in perspective. So if you truly accept that life is like a film, you only get one showing, no replays.
How does that change the choices you make today?
That's the question to leave you with. If life can't be replayed, what scene are you choosing to play right now?